10 most expensive sneakers. Let's get it. Alright, just like every good list, we gotta lay some ground rules first. This list consists of the 10 most expensive sneakers. With that being said, these sneakers have all released since 2010. So 2010 to present, and each and every one of the sneakers on this list, in some way, shape, or form, were able to be copped by the public. These are all released sneakers. No PEs, no friends and family, no samples. None of that. These are all sneakers that are consistently being sold right now. I wanted this to be a relevant list. Nothing old, nothing vintage, or just so hard to find that it's valuable. Alright, enough talk. Coming in at number 10, Nike Foamposite Paranorman. This is one of the OG Foamposite colorways. These joints released in 2012 and they have been fetching high prices ever since they released. Current market value for most sizes is chilling right around 3 to 5K. That is a wad for some sneakers. Coming in at number 9, we've got the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Fragment Highs. These were released to the public in 2021, one of our more recent releases on this list, and these really hit the ground running. The value has spiked in the last year or so. Most men's sizes are sitting at $3,000 to $5,000. In the 8th spot, we've got OffWhite Air Force One Low MoMAs. Off-Whites have went crazy. RIP Virgil. This pair released in 2017. It's one of the more low-key OG Off-White colorways. This pair is fetching around the same value at $3,000 to $5,000. Number 7, we've got the Air Jordan 1 Retro High Fragment collab. This was one of the first fragment collabs that we saw in the sneaker world. These dropped in 2014 and they have been highly sought after ever since the release date. If you want to cop a pair of the Retro 1 frags, you better have about 3 to 6 bands laying around. Number 6, we've got the Dunk Low Diamond Canaries. I've seen a certain sneakerhead pull these on a YouTube video out of a mystery box. Tons of OG sneakerheads love the sought after dunks. This pair dropped in 2018 and current market value for these looks to be around $5,000 to $7,000. As you can see, we are starting to get up there in value. We're about to enter the top 5.
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
And if you thought those last 5 were a lot of money to spend on some sneakers, wait till you see these next ones. Number 5, we've got the Dior One Lows. These dropped in 2020. People were hesitant on these. It was a lot of money retail to cop these. You had to enter a raffle, and if you hit on the raffle, you pretty much were obligated to buy a plane ticket, go to the shop, pick up your shoes. And with this being a Dior collab, you know we did not get lucky enough to get the original retail price. This pair retailed for about $2,000. Resellers are dropping their pairs on the market for anywhere between $5,000 to $8,000. Number 4, we've got a shared spot. We got the OffWhite Jordan 1s. More specifically, the white pair and the Chicago pair. You could probably throw the UNC pair into the mix, but they're not fetching quite as much as these two pairs. The Chicago pair dropped in 2017. The all-white pair dropped shortly after in 2018. Again, RIP Virgil, the prices of these pairs have skyrocketed, especially the Jordan 1 collabs. The construction of these pairs is something we've never seen before. The creativity behind the Off-Whites has brought tremendous value, along with the limited availability of the sneakers. If you want to cop a pair of these now, you better have $5,000 to $10,000 laying around. Yes, some of these pairs are fetching 5 figures. Number 3, we got another Dior. This time it's the Dior One Highs. These retro ones retailed for $2,200. Again, you had to enter a raffle. Go pick them up from the store. There was some hustling and a lot of funds involved, but I think it was worth it because these pairs are fetching between $8,000 and $12,000. And if you're hip to YouTube, I know of one person who copped these recently and totally destroyed them. Put them to work and does what he does best, and that's doing what nobody else does and getting under people's skin. RIP to those Dior One Highs. Number 2, these almost didn't make the list, but how could you not throw them in? The Nike Air Mags, Back to the Future inspired. These are released twice now. 2011, there were 1,500 pairs that dropped. These ones did not auto lace. All the proceeds went to the Michael J. Fox Foundation in hopes to find a cure for Parkinson's. Great cause, legendary sneaker. These will always be iconic in the sneaker world. In 2016, they dropped another 89 pairs on an online auction, and again, the proceeds went to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. The 2016 pairs were auto lacing, so as you can imagine, with them being auto lacing and only 89 pairs pairs releasing, the value is much higher. I put a value on the 2011 pair, 10K plus. It's hard to find a good pair of those. It's hard to find an authentic pair of those at that. And the sky's the limit for the auto lacing pair. With there only being 89 pairs out there, I wouldn't consider that a real public release. Although all of these pairs, between the 1500 and the 89, anybody with the money had a shot at getting them. But those auto lacing pairs are fetching anywhere close to 6 figures, which is unreal. The number one spot was earned, not given. This was a legit public release. It was a quick strike on Nike. Anybody could have copped a pair. When these dropped, I had a sneaker plug text me right away. I even had a pair carded. But with all the traffic, I couldn't get them checked out and I was devastated. The number one spot belongs to none other than the Nike Air Yeezy 2 Red October. Any of the Yeezy 2s could have made this list. They're all fetching high values and they all have released since 2010. But this is the most iconic of all of them. The Red Octobers quick striked in 2014. Of course, they were super limited. Arguably Kanye's best silhouette with Nike, if not his best silhouette of all time. You might be able to find some pre-owned pairs for just under 10 bands, but most of the dead stock pairs are fetching anywhere between $10,000 and $25,000. And the reason why these are number one is they are relevant now. They are being bought and sold now all the time. The market for these is crazy. If there's one pair of Yeezys, whether that be Louis Vuitton, Nike, Adidas, doesn't matter, that any sneakerhead has on his radar, it's the Red Octobers. As I mentioned, any of those Yeezy 2s probably could have made this list somewhere or another. I'd like to mention the Dornbecker 4s, the Cos 4s. Those are also fetching a really high value and released post 2010. Just not consistent high enough sales to make this list. There are a lot of sneakers that could have made this list. If you think I missed something that fit my ground rules, drop them in the comments below. I want to know what sneakers fetch the highest price that have been released to the public since 2010. Drop those in the comments below or hit me up on IG. The handle is the same, at AllABSneakers. Do me a favor, drop a sub. It helps me a lot. I appreciate all of you guys watching. Turn those notifications on so that you don't miss my next video. Thank you all for the support, and do not forget, this is all about sneakers.